Alright, let's get this party started. So, there we go. So, I feel like I should talk about my game, like, first and foremost. So, wait, I can do this better. This mess here is my Blades in the Dark hack, Misbehavin. Um, it's set in Prohibition Era America, so like early, well, I guess most of the whole decade of the 1920s. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. Yo, what up, cat? I don't really know what else to say about it, but let's get into like what my character playbooks are. Um Aw, thanks, cat. If you need to sleep though, go sleep. Sleep is important and good. Alright, first things first. Let's make sure I've got all the things you need for making a character. Choose your vice. Yeah. I guess what I can do is talk a little bit about each playbook. So I tried to set up some character archetypes that I thought, hey, this might be nice to have in like a speakeasy type setting. So you have the siren, who's like your garden variety seductress. The slick is your fast talker Skywalker. The conniver is I'm gonna make all of these into wrestling puns. The conniver is your Triple H, your cerebral assassin, your Randy Orton. Well, maybe not Randy Orton. Uh, the source would probably be like, I don't know. There isn't a good wrestler for the source. Yeah, this like is totally a smack talker Skywalker. Like, all you do is talk people into maybe wanting your product. Or maybe letting go of something that they would normally keep, like, a tight hold on. Let's see, so the source. I should make sure that my arrow is showing up. It's okay, good it is. Yeah, the source, somewhere between mad science and manic artist. I mean, you don't have to play slick like, we got us a couple haters. A couple haters. But you can. The source is like the person that you go to for actually making just about anything you need. The Kabbalist is Bray Wyatt, basically. All they care about is being the strongest magical thing in the room. I'm also playing Avengers Academy because there's an event going on right now. And priorities. Really, I just want Cthulhu Black Widow. I totally just need a second and then I will come back and pay attention. Up, up. Alright, alright. I have a new follower on Twitter. I will check that out at some later time. Uh, let's see. The bootlegger is somewhere between, like, the bootlegger knows the most about getting a product from one place to another. And whether that's because they're a fae and they know, like, back roads and things that they can use. Let me actually turn this music down a little bit more. Okay, it's not actually gonna go down any further. Good. Whether the bootlegger knows these things because they're fae or a werewolf or something, or they just grew up in this place. That all depends. The muscle is, if you've been watching Roleplay Blades in the Dark, is Aldo. Before they started this game, I made a playbook that was Aldo. Cause I like smart, like, smash 'em up kind of dudes. Like, someone that will totally kick your ass and will know how to make it hurt the most. And the brute is the classic thug, like, point them in a direction and they'll smash through the walls to get to the other thing. And then there's Origins. Origins, I do need to change a little bit. So you have, in this world, because there's the mundane and the supernatural, you have people that want to be supernatural and maybe pick up a few tricks, but technically aren't. Those are dupes. Shifters are like wares, skinwalkers, demons, anything that can change its appearance. Witches have oral magical traditions, while adepts have book knowledge magical traditions. And then, let's see, Fae. Fae can be anything of legend, but not all legends are Fae. So, like, in theory, you could have a quote-unquote vampire that's actually a fairy, and not, like, some kind of undead. Then you have, like, your classic vampire that's part of the Revived, which includes things like vampires, zombies, ghouls, corporeal ghosts. And then ex-hunters. In this world, Prohis, the force that was made because of the Volstead Act, can also be witch hunters. There's also independent witch hunters that have, like, been working in the shadows of history the entire time. And they just realize this is dumb for whatever reason. Well, whatever reason, people make up for it. Maybe they got injured and someone actually helped them and they were like, why have I been hunting these people? Maybe they just want to make a buck, because they don't make money. That's for you to decide. Yeah, like, if you have a vampire that doesn't, say, feed on blood, or even does feed on blood because that's what they think it is, that's what they're supposed to be, then yeah, they would be a fairy vampire. Backgrounds, we got us academics, blue collar, white collar, government officials who can still be holding office, veterans who wouldn't still have, like, a military deployment, new money, old money, immigrants, and gangsters. I tried to make it generalized but inclusive, and I know that normally doesn't work out, so we'll see. Then, whoop. There we go. Alright. Then vices which aren't super important right now. Oh no. Don't be frozen, cat. Alright. So the siren in base blades, which I have over here, is a lot like the slide, but not quite. There are a lot of playbooks that are like this, where it's, alright, what's up, cat? I have, like, most of my playbooks, there's an extreme, or like categories that each person could fit in. It's a spectrum. So you have like the charisma types, the magic types, and the physical types, and then how you move between those, except they're more like in a circle, like color spectrum. It's weird. I promise it probably makes more sense. So these are all pretty much done. Like, if we look at the call list, like I have all the special abilities. I have the strange friends. I don't have items for anyone because I don't know what kind of items people might need quite yet. And I'm probably going to make a general list. I know what their focus stats are going to be, so you'll see like on the original blade sheet, you've got things like sway that has 2 dots, and consort has 1 but command has none. Because the slide tries to sway, tries to seduce people, is also good at just like getting buddy and chummy with people, so consorting. But that's where they focus. Like that's where their playbook as a thing focuses first. So I have those, and they're all in order for each of my classes. So yeah, items I don't have. Alright, let's look at hustles, because that's what I really want to work on today. Whoop. Their equivalent in normal blades is the curve. So like, I have, what is this? How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, yeah. I have 6 different hustles, crews. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how to like make them come alive, basically. So, whoop. Do. Oh my god, I'm actually the worst. I'm just playing Adventures Academy instead of, like, actually talking about my game. Good job, self. Alright, so... up. Up. There we go. Now I can just close this app for like 2 hours. So peddlers, they're the ones that actually like run the things like speakeasies and opium dens, casinos. Anything that's getting sold is coming from a peddler within this game. Oh, I totally forgot to do that. I'm super good at this game. Okay. Um, Peddlers are the ones that are selling things. See, so runners. Runners are the ones that get the things that are being sold by the peddlers to them. Whoa. That's not a thing I want to do. Filchers are kind of running interference in the world in general. Sometimes they'll steal from runners that are trying to make deliveries. Sometimes they'll steal from peddlers. Sometimes they'll steal from just random people. They're the thieves. Makers are the actual source in the world. They're the ones that make the stuff that gets taken to peddlers by runners. So normally it would go makers, runners, and then peddlers. And then general populace. Flippers are this weird in-between space where they're hawkers from original Blades in Dark, where mostly they're a middleman. They can get you stuff, they can buy stuff from you, they'll help you out when you're in a pinch. They'll flip things. And burners are cultists. So I guess the two types of crews that don't really do anything terribly actively in this world would be burners and filchers. Everyone else is trying to like make their way. These two will fuck up everything for everyone if it gets them a bottom line. I do think I need to add like a crew that's just like beating people up or killing people. Maybe. I don't know if this world entirely has room for that though. So I'm kind of holding off on the whole idea. I don't even know if there's room for like filters when you have something like flippers though. Wait, what does fixers in response do? Like something better for flippers, because I did kind of base it on flappers, and I was like, hey, what if you just call, like, to disguise some of your underworld dealings, you just call them a flipper, and if someone's like, wait, what did you say? You can just be like, oh, flapper. It's, try and wave it off. Also, I got it from house flipping. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna fixers that are fixers. Let's write that down. Fixers. Hustle that kills stuff and also things for money. Yeah. Like, I've been trying to make a world that has at least a little bit, like, hidden language. see, these are rules for lackeys. I haven't actually finished all of this. Oop. So, like, this part of the hustle creation, I haven't done yet. uh... yeah. Though I think in this world, getting something fixed might imply something a little bit darker than just like getting something flipped sounds it's light, it's flippant, like it's not a huge deal. It can be a huge deal, but it shouldn't feel like one. Getting something fixed though, I want to be and feel like a huge deal. So if I'm gonna make a hustle that are the fixers, then yeah, it's gonna have a different name. So let's actually get working on some hustle upgrades. So, whoop. Alright, I'm gonna have to actually use my phone to like check things. Yeah, that was the other thing. Like, Flipper just feels and sounds so much like House Flipper. And that's kind of what I wanted to go for. Like, they're going to be charismatic. Maybe they'll also have some muscle with them too. But mostly, they're super charismatic. Okay, I don't know who this person that followed me on Twitter is. That's okay. Alright. So, upgrades that you can take. We got Hub. I don't know if I want. I don't think I want bulleted lists. So we've got quality. Let's see, carriage house. Yeah, the carriage, gates pull it. Second upgrade improves the carriage house with armor and larger ghosts. That one definitely. Goats, not ghosts. Oops. That one's definitely getting changed. So instead of carriage house, call it a garage. Quality I think is still gonna stay the same. But garage, you have a model tier 2. Captain A. Locked garage. And tools for repair. I'll change this from tools to basic tools for repair. Then upgrading a second time gives more for additional. I'm gonna make this vehicles instead of cars. can be armored. And more tools for repair and customization. For your vehicles. So that way, something that handles your cover identity, I haven't thought that far ahead. Like, you might have a name you go by, but it might just become purely fictional. Until, like, you need something, then there's gonna be, like, probably paperwork, something that you have. Instead of a boathouse, we're gonna have a dock. So you've got a small boat. Do I want to call it a ship or no, I want to call it a boat. Well, we'll call it a small ship or large boat. I have a local pier. A nearby. Wow. Nearby house to store. Wow, I'm gonna learn how to spell one day. Store. So tool supplies and anything else you may need for the boat. And a second upgrade. Gives you another dock. No, not another dock. Maybe a larger house and more privacy. As well as... Alright, this I'm not sure about. I'm gonna put that blades in the dark. Harper's armor. That's not gonna quite fit with this. You don't need an armored ship. Right, so I don't want to call this a lair. Since I'd call it a hideaway. So actually no. We're gonna have a hideaway and a front, depending on what you need. So the hideaway is gonna be like the hidden lair. Alright. Base of operations is secret. And discreet. Maybe the ship has facilities of some sort, like a place of materials for making things, or a supply of weapons, or a hideout. I would say that it's possible for a ship to have that, but it would be something you have to spend like a long project clock on. Cause like, outfitting a ship to potentially make just about anything is kind of difficult. Like, being on a ship can be kind of difficult. Let's see. Alright, so hideaway, base of operations, discreet. If you're... Wait, that does not look right. Alright, now I gotta fucking look out. Okay, yeah, no, that's actually... Okay, here's the thing. Discreet versus discreet. Because now, of course, I have to Google this. Okay. I'm totally looking at Discord now because it had dots and I gotta clear them. Alright, today discreet is politely private about something. Discreet is individual. So actually, that discreet. Yeah. Discreet is hidden, but discreet with ETE means like detached and separated. So if I want to say that something is secret and detached, then yes, this is the combination that I use. I'm gonna like make a note to myself. Alright, comment. Note to self. You mean this as in individual, detached, separate. FYI. There we go. Let's see, so if your hideaway is discovered, yeah, I'm gonna keep that. You may simply use downtime action to a coin. Yeah, I actually like activity to action because it makes things clear in the long run. Alright, so may use a downtime activity to pay coin. Equal to your tier to relocate or hide. Oh, jeez. There we go. And or hide it again. Alright, and then front, your operation has a legitimate business as its face. If your operation is no, if your operation compromises front, use coin. We're gonna copy and paste that for right now, and then change it. You may simply use the downtime action to pay coin. Equal to your tier 2, and this is what we're gonna change. To change the front. And relocate. This one's not gonna have an and/or. Like if your front gets tied to your business, you need to move the business and change the front. Alright, so insight, prowess, resolve, or personal training. That one. Alright, we're gonna make a space for it. What was that? Wow, good time. Personal training goes here. Detail this shit later. After reading more about training. 'Cause I don't know. Like, it's a thing that I want to have, I just don't know how I want to have it. Quarters. Let's see. I'll call this boarding instead. Operation includes living space for the crew, either on premises, thank you fat fingers, on premises, or very close nearby. So like within a block. About this upgrade each PC and any lackeys sleep elsewhere and are vulnerable, and they do. I'm not gonna mess with that one too much. See, secured I don't know. For right now, we're gonna put secure noun. Except I totally forgot that this was the thing that I was doing. Please stop. I didn't mean it. Whatever it was that I didn't mean it. Alright, let's see, so... your operation has... locks, alarms, trips, and... oh, no. Wow, job self. Traps, all kinds. To thwart the unwanted. Second. Okay, see a cat. I know this is actually kind of boring. I'm just like sitting here talking to myself and typing. Alright, so. Second upgrade. Aw, thanks, cat. I appreciate it. Let's see, second upgrade. Does what? Please stop talking at me. I know a little Stark flash drive, which I should totally be unplugging anyway. There we go. So, flip. There we go. Alright, second upgrade, what will it give you? Peruse these. Yeah, I do want... yeah, I'm gonna keep that. To include some arcane measures. You know, we're just gonna leave it, instead of some, just arcane measures. If so desired, so people know. You don't have to. Alright, vault. Actually, operation looks like the best now. Your operation has a secure vault. That stores +4 coin. Except coin is a word that I'm gonna change, I think. So for coin per upgrade. Wow. Separate part of... yeah. Separate part of your role can be used as no. I'm gonna change this to with a second upgrade. With the second upgrade. Good job, self. There we go. Separate part of your vault. Used as a holding cell. Because unlike in Blades, where a vault is probably large, a vault in Misbehavin can be the like smaller fire safes. Alright. Alright, let's see. So, workshop. Let's see, blah 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 blah. Shin has a dedicated workshop space with appropriate tools for a particular I don't know what to say. So a particular thing. Such as brewing, tinkering, and alchemy. No. Tinkering, alchemy. Or I'll make this anything else. As well as a small library of books. Yeah. This forgery. Well, instead of any one. Any one thing. It's and maps. This allows you to work on long-term projects. Using these assets. Maybe leaving your base. This can be expanded to work on other things. Alright, then mastery. And that's my last crew upgrade. So, mastery. Your hustle is I don't know if I'm gonna make it mastery. I also need to change that from parentheses to square brackets. Then, yeah, I'm basically just gonna copy this and paste it here. Alright, and your home turf. That's the same as your initial hunting grounds. So let's read that. Your crew uses a section of the district as their hunting grounds for crime. Not entirely true on Misbehavin. Actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Going to copy this, paste it, paste without formatting. There we go. Alright, so we're going to underline things that are not particularly true. That's not particularly true. Along. Small. Consisting of. Instead of 3, we're going to change this to a few blocks. And we're going to put more details here. Okay. Choose a starting feature. Rehunting. Change that to the turf. That describes your preferred type of. Well, yeah, all these hustles are criminals. So burglary, espionage, not actually true. Robbery, sabotage. Right, actually, like, none of this is particularly true. When you attempt to score on your home turf, that matches one of its feature types, you get a free downtime activity to prep for the operation. When your crew advances in tier, or you negotiate it with a larger faction, you can add a feature or rewrite the description of your hunting grounds to encompass a larger area. Just change that to turf. Okay. That's real creepy. So we gonna skip this track. And of course it's fucking Final Fantasy. God damn it. Too creepy though. Alright. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think I got enough for right now. So let's move on to like thinking about one of my hustles. Like let's see. Peddlers, runners. I think filters was the one that at least one person wanted to see. What else else we got? Makers, flippers, burners. Oh, I don't think I ever did edges. Oh wait, I totally did. Yeah, standards, vicious, standards, vicious, fickle, and rowdy for edges. And then fearsome, independent, loyal, and persistent for... Yeah, I totally made flaws and edges. I'm good at this. I'm alright. Yeah. Alright, so let's go with someone that has a counterpart. I think shadows. Shadows would be the closest thing. To filters. Alright. So, special abilities. Let's look at the one for shadows. Each PC may add +1 action rating to Prowl, Finesse, or Tinker, up to a max rating of 3. Your lair is a jumble of stolen items. When you roll to acquire an asset, take +1d. Slippery, when you roll entanglements, roll 2 dice and keep the one you want. When you reduce heat on the crew, take +1 dice. When you perform a group action, you may count multiple sixes from different rolls as a critical success. When you execute a clandestine infiltration, you get +1d on the engagement roll. You advance your tier, it costs half the coin it normally would. Who's your patron and why do they help you? Ghost echoes from weird experience or occult ritual. All crew members gain the ability to see and interact with the ghostly objects, structures, and passages that exist across Duskfall. And then veteran. Okay. So, out of those, what then, like, crosses over? Definitely everybody steals. I think it needs a different name though. So each PC may add a +1 action rating. Wow. Rating 2. Alright, so Prowl, Finesse, or Tinker. Oh wait, I totally forgot I have the thing on the side. So I can do this. Alright, no, not that. Actions. So we have, instead of Prowl, so Tinker is Fiddle. Finesse is still Finesse. And Prowl is Skulk. So Finesse, Skulk, and Fiddle. To Finesse. Wild Hiccup, Skulk, or Fiddle. It would help if... Wow. Hiccup. Okay. Do... Fiddle. Max rating of 3. Right. And what would I call this move? I don't know. Maybe something like a church mouse. This one I definitely want to call Got It Somewhere. So your operation is a jumble of stolen items. No, we'll call it a jumble of items. Stolen and otherwise. When you want to acquire an asset, take +1d. Okay. And acquire an asset also gets in italics. Alright. Patron I do like. I don't know. I've only been streaming for like an hour, but I think I'm gonna stop for now and then maybe come back up a little bit later. But yeah, this has been fun, and thanks for coming out. But I don't know that I'm really getting anything particularly helpful anymore. At least not for the crew. I think I've gotta like... I need some more experience with like a crew in general before I can like make something better. But that'll be coming up soon, because I'm gonna be playing Blades on Mondays now with Tristeray on... I'm not sure which channel it'll be on, but I'll host it once it goes live. So yeah, for right now, I'm gonna call this stream. Thanks for coming out. Bye, y'all.